Tonight we get ready for our first men's volleyball broadcast of the 2026 season. Tonight's broadcast is sponsored by City Blue Technologies, a leading Epson dealer serving Central Illinois. Potter Rentals of Gilman, Illinois, owned and operated by Ernie and Barb Potter, both Eureka College class of 1965. Heartland Bank and Trust, Randy Begole, your State Farm agent in Peoria, Eureka College class of 1994, and by Kirby Foods in Metamora. Drew, it's a cold Friday night, and we are so grateful that this sport is indoors. I'm very excited. We welcome you into the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. Matthew Swan, as mentioned, my broadcast partner, Drew Donnell. And as we take a look, Eureka ready for their first broadcast of their home game of the season. They get ready to host Illinois Wesleyan. Let's take a look at Illinois Wesleyan before we dive into this new Eureka team. The Titans, they enter as a very tested team. Now, you might be asking, what do I mean by that? I mean that a lot of their matches this season have consisted of controlled late points. They come in 4 wins, 1 loss. They're a team that rallies towards the end of each set. They're established, they're confident, and they are battle-tested. Illinois Wesleyan comes in as a varsity team. Drew, you and I were kind of looking at their warm-ups before we started our broadcast. What have you seen from them? Anything about maybe their physicality or anything that really stands out to you?
Yeah, they're really, really physical. We were talking about it. Their shortest player is listed at 5'9". That's Owen Rowlandson. Really, the average height that we're seeing so far is 6'2". We're seeing a lot of 6'3" guys. Tallest player is listed at 6'7". So obviously that physicality is going to be a very big test for the Red Devils, as not knocking them on their physicality. They're also a big group of guys, as well as average height is around 6 foot even, as their tallest guy is Maddox Klusner at 6'4".
Yeah, the Titans, they are a part of the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin, also known as the CCIW. This is a conference where a lot of the teams involved are making a lot of noise. The CCIW will actually continue in just a moment, but for now, we'll send it to break for the anthem.
Welcome to Metamora Kirby Foods. Metamora Kirby Foods is 100% employee-owned and operated. Explore our full deli, meat department, and wide selection of grocery items, including Kirby Foods' signature brand. And you can save even more with the Kirby Foods Rewards app. Metamora Kirby Foods prides itself on being a valued part of the community. Shop hometown proud at Metamora Kirby Foods.
Did you know toner powder is actually powdered plastic, and Americans consume 100 million pounds of it each year? Epson Workforce Enterprise AM series printers are powered by simple, smart, and clean precision core technology, doing away with waste-making laser printer designs and parts that end up in landfills, so you can experience less wasting, more saving. Your Epson Business First partner is City Blue Technologies in Peoria, Eureka College's official partner for sustainable printing.
Once again, we welcome you into the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. You're watching ECTV. Matthew Swan, my broadcast partner, Drew Donnell, on the call. Drew, as you and I were mentioning, we'll get back.
Number 9, Lane Sunley. Number 10, Wilson Spalding. Number 12, Stan Peck. Number 13, Will Arvizu. Number 14, Bram Eggen. Playing libero, number 23, Daniel Overstreet. And number 24, Owen Rawlinson. The Titans are coached by Brandon Mueller and assisted by Mike Eastman and Alec Mucha. Now let's meet the starting lineup for your Eureka Red Devils. Playing libero, a sophomore from Bolingbrook, Illinois, number 3, Kendall Killens. A freshman from Kalihi, Hawaii, number 10, Kabehi Kaneakua. A senior from Galesburg, Illinois, number 12, Jake Potter. A freshman from Columbia, number 14, Javier Palacio. A freshman from Venezuela, number 18, Ignacio Hernandez. Playing libero, a freshman from Grand Rapids, Michigan, number 20, Taylor Erazo. A junior from San Diego, California, number 21, Dyson Wutzke. And a freshman from Magna, Utah, number 23, Maddox Klusner. The Red Devils are coached by Noah Ray and assisted by Ryan Myers and Franny Heckman.
All right, so there you have it, the starting lineup for both sides. Drew, how are you feeling?
I'm excited to watch this matchup unfold. I think this has always been a sport that has always been desired and wanted to be played here. This is obviously the first season that we're getting a look at men's volleyball. I know all the guys are excited to be playing right now. They're coming off of a tournament win back in December where they swept all their matchups, going 5-0 in that tournament, winning it. So I know that, as you can see, they're really, really excited right now. But it's definitely going to be a tough matchup, as we mentioned before, the physicality between these two teams. Both of these teams were looking really explosive in their warm-ups.
Yeah, and even in that pregame, in that huddle right there, I mean, wow, just the level of energy. And the game hasn't even started yet.
Yeah, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that it's the first time that this sport is being played here at Eureka, and it's the first home game, and when you got your home crowd getting involved in it as well, it makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But again, the Titans come into this game a part of the CCIW conference. It's been one of the most competitive conferences to begin the 2026 year, with many teams being a part of the American Volleyball Coaches Association. Several big matches have been won within the CCIW conference. And, when you take a look at the Titans, they are a notable team. They have a lot of depth. They're physical, as you were saying earlier, and they are nationally relevant. So this is going to be a big challenge for Eureka, a team, like you said, in their first season, who are still figuring out rotations, maybe the tempo of the ball game, potentially even still building team chemistry. But to start things off, it's Rawlinson to serve for the Titans outside. Palacio, nice hit, but kept in play. You talk about the physicality of both sides, and I think that's what makes this match so special.
And also the other thing is you just have to appreciate how global that Eureka is making men's volleyball. When you compare, sports like baseball, football, and basketball, you got a lot of, local guys from, the Washington, Morton, Metamora area, or in the surrounding states in the region. But this is a very global sport. You have guys, that are from Puerto Rico, Hawaii, Venezuela. It's just really awesome to see how global this has become and how inclusive Eureka is making volleyball here.
Good front row block from Eureka to keep this one alive. There's a nice hit, and finding some ground, Bram Eggen for the Titans. That'll put them back up by a point. And to add on to your point, Drew, I think you're going to be hearing about how special this Eureka team is all night. But I think the fact that a lot of them are coming from different states really from different places all over the world. And typically at a small Division III college like Eureka, you're used to seeing a lot of players who come from either the same state or just local areas, but that's not the case here for these Red Devils. To serve, it's Kanekua over the middle. Right side, and a kill for the Titans. Again, they are back up by a single point, up 3-2. I mean, with the way both teams come into this ball game, Eureka 5-0, Illinois Wesleyan 4-1, you can pretty much expect this is how the game will end up. A lot of back and forth.
I would agree. I would imagine that we're going to see a lot of back and forth play here between these two teams.
Over to the left side, big hit, but no good as Arviza could not connect. And the Red Devils tie it back up. All 3 points right now for Eureka have been on account of some type of error from the Titans. So we're still looking to see the Red Devils really attack and obtain their own offensive point. Palacio over the middle, really nice serve. Solid standout player for Eureka. Wutzke over the middle, and that is one too many hits for the Red Devils. So again, the Titans regain that 4-3 lead. Drew, you mentioned it earlier in the pregame. Eureka 5-0. They won the SIUE Cougar Classic after sweeping 5 straight matchups. We know Washington was there from Missouri, SIUE, of course, as they were hosting. And I think it's been really impressive how Eureka, they're a new team, and they don't have a lot of familiarity with the area, but they're still able to pull off some of those big wins. 5-3 Titans as they continue to serve. It'll be Ryan Gilly just over the net. And a nice setup and a perfect kill for number 23 on Eureka.
Maddox Klusner with a big-time kill to get the momentum back into Eureka's hands as big-time play over the middle.
Yeah, we've seen some highlights of that aggression from Eureka. A nice block there by that defensive specialist. Another front row block in Eureka ties it up at 5, and the bench getting more into this ball game early on. It's that type of energy that feeds into the ball game.
Jake Potter was in the mix there. Looked like Dyson Wutzke was also in there, showing that, you know, the size differential, it doesn't matter, as we mentioned in the beginning, that the Titans' smallest player is Owen Rowlandson, listed at 5'9". Other than that, you're going to see a lot of guys like Dylan Quinn, Jay Clifton, all listed both at 6'4", with Eureka's tallest player being Mattis Klusner at 6'4". There's another good kill.
Dyson Wutzke with the kill. Wow, Eureka just doing everything they can right now to make this game as energetic as possible. Wutzke, a junior out of San Diego, California, had some conversation with him before the start of this ball game, as he wants to give a shout out to friends and family back in San Diego. This one kept in the air by Overstreet to the left side and out of bounds, and the Red Devils on top for the first time tonight. 7-6 the score.
One other thing to point out is that one thing that we're not used to seeing when it comes to, you know, other teams like basketball and football. Usually you see a decent amount of juniors and seniors. This is a very young squad. You're going to see a lot of freshmen, Jake Potter being the only senior, so you have to imagine that this squad really rallies around him.
So the Titans able to tie it back up at 7. And no, Drew, I completely agree. A Eureka team that, for the most part, a lot of these players are new, but Jake Potter is a guy that does provide some of that leadership. Nice set by Ortiz outside. No good from Johnson as he tried to knock it down, and a block from Eureka. Hernandez was there and continuing to feed into this Eureka momentum. Red Devils once again up by a single point. So for those who do not know, the Red Devils playing in this game, they're a part of the Midwest Plains Volleyball Conference. And for Eureka, this is a club sport, this men's volleyball program. And it's a conference that's split into 3 regions, and Eureka is a part of the MWPVC East region. So it was a little confusing at first, just diving into all the new information, but just for some perspective, Drew, you and I, we've also witnessed a lot of women's volleyball games here at Eureka, but this men's volleyball game and this atmosphere is a little different. The pace has picked up a little bit, and we're not used to seeing this amount of physicality. There's another point for the Titans as that one hit directly into the net, puts them back on top by a point.
And to your point, you know, one thing I think we're also going to see is the energy is going to be ramped up a lot more than the women's volleyball games. And I say that because, you know, all these guys are getting a chance to play and give this school something that they haven't gotten, you know, to give to this school. And I think the fact that, you know, this school is seeing something really special with men's volleyball finally being a sport at Eureka, I think that'll put fuel into the fire for this Red Devil squad.
Yeah, I definitely feel as if men's volleyball at Eureka was highly anticipated. The Red Devils finally getting an opportunity to showcase a men's volleyball program. So all good looks. They are coached by Noah Ray, who, of course, is in his first season. Noah Ray, a guy who brings an impressive background and tons of experience at the collegiate and club levels. We'll talk about him throughout the broadcast as we progress, and Eureka gains another point. You know, this is interesting because, believe it or not, I have seen Illinois Wesleyan perform a little bit just through some video and some film, but this is, I think, for the both of us, our first time watching Eureka live in action. Palacio a bit too strong on the connection. That gives the Titans their 10th point of set number 1. And it looks like it'll be Bram Eggen to serve. A laser, and that one goes out of bounds. So a service error against Illinois Wesleyan. Red Devils extend by 2 in the early stages. Now it'll be Kavehi Kanakua for the Red Devils. Freshman out of Hawaii. There's that proximity that you were talking about, Drew, early on. There's a nice hit and the kill for Stan Peck to cut down the deficit to 1. Again, it's still a very tightly contested ball game. Neither team has yet to really pull apart. Palacio, another big hit. And again, out of bounds, so we find ourselves tied up at 12.
Like we mentioned before, a couple of times this is going to be a match that is going to be back and forth a lot. I would expect there not to be a lot of 3-point or 4-point leads. It's going to be surrounded by a lot of 2 and 1-point leads.
And Eureka does gain a point there on the violation, Drew. I'll ask you a question. Do you think there's any nerves right now for this Eureka team?
I think there's going to be a little bit of nerves being the first home game of this young season for the Red Devils, and then obviously that's all right. It's good to have nerves because it shows that, you know, although you might be a little bit nervous, you're, you know, really amped up and excited, and I think it's going to be very quickly we're going to see adrenaline take over and just a fiery explosion and splurge of points here soon.
Yeah, we truly know that a lot of these Red Devils players, they care, and with the amount of time and energy they've been putting into these practices, they come into this ball game completely ready. Nice connection there for Eureka. Ignacio Hernandez with the kill, and he puts Eureka back on top. It's interesting, too, because some of these Red Devils players, we personally knew one of them, and we had a lot of conversations with him, no longer on the team, but he played beach volleyball. So what kind of adjustment do you think that, a lot of these guys who have played beach volleyball, what kind of adjustment do you think they have to make?
I think, playing beach volleyball and transferring it into indoor volleyball, I think that, transformation is a huge advantage because, in beach volleyball, the sand's holding you back and you have to be super explosive. Your endurance and stamina has to be at an all-time premium. And, I think that really sets a big advantage because, that obviously means that you're in 5-star shape.
Yeah, and some guys even like beach better. Other guys like an indoor volleyball setting. It really just depends on the player at the end of the day. But back to the game. Ariza continuing to serve, and that is long, so the Red Devils tie it back up at 15.
And for both squads, the difference maker today is going to be who can really run away and capitalize when one makes an error.
Yeah, and that's really where, as you said, the Red Devils, I feel like, have done that plenty already this season despite only playing 5 games. Left side, nice slam. This one hit directly over by Palacio. Perfect set on the left. That one tipped off the hands of Hernandez, I believe, and that'll put the Titans back on top. Again, for those who are unaware, 25 points, that's the number you need to score per set, and you must win by 2 in each set. So as long as both sides are able to keep it within striking distance, we might go past 25. There's a connection, and Mason Johnson able to gain a point for the Red Devils after some contact was made by a few different Titans players. So again, another tied score. For the Titans, they went 12-12 overall last season, only 2-8 in the CCIW. And that serve off the mark from Hernandez, so a service error puts Illinois Wesleyan back on top. One of the points I made in the pregame was Eureka still building that team chemistry. I actually want to take that back because just the way they're playing and the way they're communicating with each other, that's how you can just tell they're a very successful program. Good block, but a little too strong off the deflection. Potter, I believe Johnson was down there as well. 2-point lead for the Titans, and this is where it gets dangerous.
That's a good point that you make, Matthew, is that, it seems like they've been playing with each other for a lot longer, considering that this is the first year of men's volleyball here at Eureka, and the season is still very, very young. And when you see the chemistry the way it is, it only gets you, even more excited and gets you thinking of what the possibilities could be for the squad going forward.
So the Titans doing what they do best, and that is rallying late. They have a 3-point lead. Eureka takes a break. We will as well. Stay tuned. You're watching ECTV live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Discover your perfect getaway in beautiful Prescott, Arizona. Your home away from home at Prescott Canyon Estates, a 55-plus community with beautiful panoramic views of Bradshaw, Thumb Butte, and Granite Mountains. Potter Rentals has properties available for monthly rental, all-inclusive and fully furnished, with all clubhouse amenities. Get more information today and make Prescott your home away from home at potterrentals.com.
Illinois Wesleyan leads Eureka by 3 points. We are in set number 1. Welcome into the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. You are watching ECTV. Matthew Swan, my broadcast partner, Drew Donnell, alongside me, Drew. And right now, the Red Devils, they're starting to slip behind just a little bit. But we mentioned in the pregame, the Titans, they rally late, right? They like to feel the momentum, kind of go with the flow in the early stages. But just like we have spoken about, they're starting to pull away at the end of this first set.
And one thing that I like that I'm seeing from this Red Devils squad is that, they're getting hype, when they get the momentum back in their hands, but they're not getting too high or too low. And I think that is so crucial because you don't want to get too excited. You don't want to, get a little too cocky, and you don't want to get too low because the game, you never know what can happen. The game is never out of reach.
That's right. Eureka able to get one back there. Again, they are led by head coach Noah Ray in his first season. He most recently served as the men's volleyball head coach at St. Andrews University, and he has just had a successful career up to this point. Good dig there by Ortiz. Right side, and Johnson again picks up another kill. He is everywhere on the floor right now. He has 3 kills in this ballgame. That leads Eureka in this one. There's Potter. Nice serve. Kept in play. Back set. Right side. Ortiz dives, keeps it in play, and that one past the diving Potter. Well, let's talk about the Titans' court awareness. Just being able to pick up the idea that the Red Devils had several guys clumped in one area, and there was an open space on the floor. That's a great job by their team to find that area, but a service error into the net by Bram Eggen. So Eureka, again, only down by a single point. Have to win by 2 here. Red Devils to serve. Titans have done a great job at communicating. That one dug out by a couple Eureka players. Good save by Overstreet. Left side, nice front row block. And that one hit a little too strong for the liking of Illinois Wesleyan. Red Devils tie it back up at 20. So again, it's Kanakua to serve. Right across the middle, dug out by Eggen. Right hand floater, not able to fall. Here's Palacio from the left side, and he gets it to drop. What a move. He intended to absolutely bring down the hammer, and I believe he might have mistimed that hand-eye coordination in a sense, and the ball kind of just slid off his hand and fell perfectly on the ground.
Yeah, and you can really feel the energy start to ramp up here. I think if Eureka is able to get a point on the board here, it's a bit of an announcer jinx there. What I was going to say is that if Eureka was able to get a point there and go up by 2, that I was thinking that they could run away with it, and there's no reason why they still can't run away with it. I love the energy that I'm seeing right now.
Tied at 21, Sumley serving. Kanakua, nice set. Palacio right side, and he gets it to drop inside the line. Red Devils do regain the lead, 22-21. The energy will begin to boil a little bit here. Man, I just have to say, Javier Palacio, the freshman for Eureka, I love his routine. Watching him in the pregame, looks like a guy who takes his meditating very seriously. Not something we usually see for a lot of Eureka athletics. Good slam, kept up in the air, but that will, I believe, connect with the antenna. And the Red Devils are unable to gain a point back, so we find ourselves tied up once again.
And to your point, the meditation that we see from Palacio is not all that common when from guys that are from the sort of island states like Colombia, Hawaii, Guam, and so there's a huge momentum boost for the Red Devils. But to my point, it's not all that uncommon to see the meditation from the guys, the international guys we have on the squad. As you know, my roommate, who you know, John, he is actually from Guam, and that was one of the things that they did at his high school. Was they did an hour of meditation before every baseball practice, and that's what led to their huge success in high school for their baseball squad. So, you know, I love to see it being transferred and brought over here. I think it really, you know, settles down the mind and calms the nerves.
Yeah, I truly do think it helps. Eureka 1 point away from taking this first set. The Titans are forced to call a timeout. we will also step aside. Stay tuned. You're watching ECTV live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Randy Bagoli in Peoria today.
State Farm helps make renters insurance simple. Our agents are dedicated to understanding your needs to help you choose the right coverage.
Call State Farm agent Randy Bagoli in Peoria today.
The Red Devils are 1 point away from taking this first set. They're up 24-22. Welcome into the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. Matthew Swan, my broadcast partner Drew Donnell on the call. And wow, these past couple of plays have really gone in the favor of Eureka. We've seen Hernandez get a touch. Palacio has definitely helped from the outside as well. And right now, all eyes are on Maddox Klusner as he gets ready to serve and hopefully obtain this 25th point in set number 1 for Eureka. Anticipation building. Fans getting more into it. Klusner with the serve right over the middle, kept up by Freeman. And a whistle blown. Eureka gains the point, and they will win set number 1. A perfect start to a perfect Friday night. And both teams will switch sides of the court here. Red Devils do gain that first set. Again, we're going to take another break here as we get ready for set number 2. Stay tuned. You're watching ECTV live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Are you ready to grow, to build, to thrive? Take the next steps with confidence at Heartland Bank and Trust Company. We go beyond just offering banking. We work with you to understand your needs. Whether you're saving, borrowing, protecting, or growing, we offer financial solutions for both personal and business needs. At Heartland Bank, we believe every life has a story, and yours includes building a secure future. Let's write that story together. Visit Heartland Bank today at hbtbank.com. Member FDIC.
There's nearly 678,290,000 kids under 5 around the world. But what's so important about being 5? A lot, it turns out. Children who live to age 5 are twice as likely to reach adulthood. That's why vaccines matter so much. For 40 years, Rotary and partners have delivered vaccines globally. Like here, and even here. Impressive, right? But 12.5 million children are still totally unvaccinated. Rotary knows we can find them. Because when Rotary and Indian vaccinators looked for families at bus and train stations, used motorbikes, and trekked house to house, they lowered polio cases by 94%. See? It can be done. And the results are worth it. Let's ensure that all children grow up safe from preventable diseases.
Women are bad with money. That's what the world's been saying for centuries. But now, we've got something to say.
Save it. It's time to save ourselves by saving our money.
Until we're no longer 80% more likely than men to live in poverty in retirement.
Save it. The falsehoods, the feelings of fault.
Then, the funds. Learn how to save for your retirement at WeSaySaveIt.org.
Did you know toner powder is actually powdered plastic, and Americans consume 100 million pounds of it each year? Epson Workforce Enterprise AM series printers are powered by simple, smart, and clean precision core technology, doing away with waste-making laser printer designs and parts that end up in landfills. So you can experience less wasting, more saving. Your Epson Business First partner is City Blue Technologies in Peoria, Eureka College's official partner for sustainable printing.
Maddox Klusner, the freshman out of Utah, playing hero in this ballgame so far as he just gave Eureka that first set after a nice serve. He holds the team's highest hitting percentage in this ballgame, just over 66%. And as both teams get ready for set number 2, Drew, what have you liked from Eureka so far?
I've loved the energy so far. Like I said before, the energy has, and the vibe has stayed fairly neutral. Like I said before, not getting too high or too low, staying composed. And like you said, Dyson Wutzke playing hero so far for the Red Devils. He has come up big time for the Red Devils, along with Jake Potter and Maddox Klusner.
Yeah, it's really hard to choose just one player that stands out, because they're all playing a part.
I was just about to say that. I mean, everybody has played a pivotal role so far in this match.
I will say I'm a little surprised, because the Illinois Wesleyan friends and family, they really came out in Eureka, Illinois to support. The entire right side of the bleachers down below is nearly filled up with a lot of Titans fans, and that's not usually something we see, but it goes to show you how tightly connected the community at Illinois Wesleyan is, just as here in Eureka.
And it's also one of those instances where not too far of a drive from Eureka to Illinois Wesleyan.
I was going to say that always helps too when it's not that far. But for now, both teams back out on the floor. You can see Eureka getting ready. Illinois Wesleyan awaits. And I believe the Red Devils will start with the volleyball. Again, it'll be Kaneakua to serve. Red Devils bench supporting, as always. Here is the Big Ten with the serve. Off the rim, still in play, and that will fall right in front of Owen Rowlandson, the freshman. So the Red Devils gain the first point of set number 2.
Yeah, doing a really good job of riding off of that momentum after last match.
Again, nice serve, good dive to keep this one alive. Here's the right hand, and too strong over the head of Hernandez. So Red Devils up by 2 early in the second set. And the energy, we keep talking about it, but it seems like the energy is getting more involved. It's playing more of a role in this ball game from Eureka right now. It definitely helps when they keep gaining points, and this one into the stands after the connection from Overstreet. Red Devils up by 3.
I think we're starting to see just how this energy is affecting Illinois Wesleyan right now. Getting in their heads a little bit, getting a little bit rattled.
Yeah, I'm going to make a bold take here, and feel free to judge me if I'm wrong, but I think Eureka might be Illinois Wesleyan's toughest competition this season up to this point.
And I would definitely support that, and I definitely think that Eureka will be a very tough opponent for just about anybody on their schedule.
Yeah, again, the Titans 4-1 coming into this game after a loss on the road to Benedictine. Here's a nice hit kept up by Hernandez. Red Devils doing a really great job with the communication on the floor. Outside, right hand, and getting it to fall for the Titans is Jake Clifton, the freshman out of Ohio. So finally, the Titans get on the board here in the second set. Angel Mendez looking to serve for Illinois Wesleyan. It's been a very controlled second set, mostly led by Eureka. Right hand kept in play by Alberset. Palacio, good set. Wutzke, and that goes into the net, just not able to get it over. Wutzke, a very fierce player, and just another key contributor to this Eureka roster. You know, I'm waiting for the one play where Wutzke shows that true potential. We know it's coming, and there's a service error against Angel Mendez. Red Devils again up by 2. Javier Palacio back at the line. Good serve, but it drifts out of bounds. Another service error for the Red Devils. That is only their second service error of the night. And that just goes to show you how well they're able to control the volleyball. That one kept in play. Good front row block by the Titans. Hernandez trying to get an answer, not able to do so. Right side floater from Clifton, no good. Here is Hernandez, and that will hit directly off of the foot of the graduate assistant coach, Mike Eastman, for the Titans, who is in his second season. Here's Alberstadt. Good set. Nice front row block once again. Killens over to Wutzke, and he gets it to fall. And almost as if he can hear us from the broadcast booth, there is some of that potential from Wutzke that we were talking about. Klusner now looking to serve for the Red Devils. Floater over the middle. This one kept up by Rowlandson. And a dive by Eureka. Able to keep this one alive. Another good set right side, and hitting it directly into the net is Clifton.
Ignacio Hernandez was all over that, creating havoc at the front. And, kind of like how we were saying before, it's hard to pick, just a couple or a handful of Eureka players that are playing here right now, because like we were saying before, it's really the whole team.
Wutzke again, barely able to keep it in bounds, but that part doesn't matter because either way, it's a point for Eureka. Wutzke picks up another kill. Back to work, Klusner. Another great serve. Illinois Wesleyan starting to tremble a little bit, and this time Palacio not able to keep it alive with the dive. As we take a look at this Illinois Wesleyan roster, two players that have really stood out this past week, Aiden Provost and Ethan Kuzelia. They both recently earned the CCIW Player of the Week honor, and there's a nice play by the Red Devils. Another great opportunity for Eureka to extend the lead, and that's not something you see every day. Zamian Freeman having some fun down there.
Looked like Freddie Freeman doing the worm after the Dodgers won the World Series.
Well, hey, they have the same last name. It runs in the blood. Not good on the connection from Lane Sunley. Again, the Red Devils start to pull away. They're up by 4 here in set number 2. And now it'll be Ortiz to serve. Good right hand over the middle. Titans looking to work something out, and a good block from Hernandez once again. Ignacio Hernandez, the freshman out of Venezuela, continuing to pile on, and the Red Devils making their presence known on their home court. The Titans take a break. Again, we will step aside. You're watching ECTV live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Welcome to Metamora Kirby Foods. Metamora Kirby Foods is 100% employee-owned and operated. Explore our full deli, meat department, and wide selection of grocery items, including Kirby Foods' signature brand. And you can save even more with the Kirby Foods Rewards app. Metamora Kirby Foods prides itself on being a valued part of the community. Shop hometown proud at Metamora Kirby Foods.
The Red Devils up by 5 here in set number 2. Welcome back into the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. You're watching ECTV. Matthew Swan, my broadcast partner, Drew Donnell on the call. And right there is a Eureka team that works really well together. They have been efficient and effective, and it's shown.
Seems that this energy is spreading to the Blackhawks right now, as Ryan Green just scored a beautiful backhand forehand goal to put the Hawks up 1-0.
Man, I'll be honest, haven't watched hockey in quite a while, but for now both teams return. That one, I believe, they're saying that is a Titans point. I thought, looks like there might have been a deflection, but I wasn't able to see it from up here, so ball goes over to Illinois Wesleyan, and it's Dylan Brannigan to serve. Barely getting that one over the net. Good dig by Palacio. Outside, here's Johnson. And off the deflection, off the hands of Overstreet. Another Eureka point.
And then this is how you know that the Red Devils are starting to take complete control of this set, as really the first of a 5-point lead that we've seen so far this evening. It's been a lot of 3 and 2 point leads.
Yeah, and to touch on that a little bit, let's look back at the first set. It was a completely different story for the Red Devils. They actually began the set trailing, and then there was a lot of back and forth. And towards the end of the set, we saw a rally from Illinois Wesleyan, but Eureka, they persevered. They came back and ended up winning that first set. Here in set number 2, they took the lead from the get-go, and all of a sudden they're starting to pull away in the early stages. Good serve and a lot of physicality and power behind that swing. That one a little too strong itself, and the Red Devils gained point number 13 of this second set. So again, Ignacio Hernandez continuing to serve, hitting just over 22% in this matchup. Another strong right hand, that power continuing to increase as we progress. Here's a left hand from Mark Meshi. And the Titans get back some of that momentum, trying to swing things in the opposite direction. Now it's Sunley, the sophomore out of Floresville, Illinois. Another powerful serve. Johnson, right hand, not able to get that one to drop. Wanted the kill. Hernandez with the dig, but a violation against Eureka. So the Titans gain another point, and they start to chip away at that deficit. It's been a while since the Titans have really made themselves known down on the floor, but all of a sudden, they're starting to come back into this ball game. 13-9 the score here in set number 2. Sunley continuing to go to work. We talk about Provost and Kazelia for the Titans and how they both recently earned that Conference Player of the Week honor. That was the first time both players earned an honor of this sort, and it marks only the second time in program history that the Titans have earned that honor in the same week. But it looks like Eureka is going to have to take a timeout here. They're struggling right now, losing some of that momentum, and hopefully when we return, they'll gain some of that back. But stay tuned. You're watching ECTV, live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Discover your perfect getaway in beautiful Prescott, Arizona. Your home away from home at Prescott Canyon Estates, a 55-plus community with beautiful panoramic views of Bradshaw, Thumb Butte, and Granite Mountains. Potter Rentals has properties available for monthly rental, all-inclusive and fully furnished, with all clubhouse amenities. Get more information today and make Prescott your home away from home at potterrentals.com.
The Titans slowly coming back into this ball game. They're only down by 3 in the late stages of this second set. We welcome you into the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. Matthew Swan, Drew Donnell on the call. And it is the Eureka Red Devils hosting the Illinois Wesleyan Titans right here on ECTV. They'll have the ball to serve, and right away, that'll be a point for the Titans. So maybe some confusion on that Eureka side. And you can see head coach Ray down there just informing his players of what to do differently, how to avoid those simple mistakes. And between either side, really, we haven't seen a lot of mental mistakes, if you will.
Yeah, and the one thing that you always have to remember is that this Titans squad will not go down without a fight. And for them, a 5-point deficit is nothing for them, as we are currently seeing right now. And that kind of speaks upon their 4-1 record so far this season.
Yeah, and they've shown that throughout those first 5 games. Again, as we touched on, they are a very battle-contested team, if you will, and they are down for the challenge always. There's a awkward hit by the Titans, and a nice little tap from Eureka. Extends that lead by 4 points, and it'll be Jake Potter at the service line. Drew, I don't know a ton about Jake Potter as of right now, but you definitely know him a little better than I do. Has he always played volleyball, or is this just something he realized was coming to Eureka for the first time and he wanted to be involved?
Jake actually came here as a soccer player. He came here, played a little bit of soccer for Eureka, and wasn't really his thing, kind of stepped away from it. And from what I know is that he's been involved in volleyball a lot in his life. And, you know, I know talking to him, it kind of felt weird getting back into it because it had been a while since he had played volleyball, and it was a little weird getting his feet wet in the water when it was announced that, you know, Eureka would have a men's volleyball team. But I'd always, you know, hear how excited he was to get back into volleyball, because I know that he has a big passion for volleyball, and you can see it, how he just spreads his positivity and his energy towards the rest of his teammates.
Yeah, so Potter, a multi-sport athlete at one point in his career, soccer and then volleyball. Good save, Palacio with 2 hands, and that will be too many touches for Eureka. So the Titans gain point number 13 here in set number 2, but they still trail by 4.
Another thing is that Jake Potter is also the grandson of Ernie and Barb Potter.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I did not know that. That's interesting. Again, Ernie and Barb Potter are the sponsors of Potter Rentals of Gilman, Illinois. You learn something new every day, and that one too strong from the right hand of Jay Clifton.
So it'll be Javier Palacio at the line to set here for the Red Devils, or to serve.
Man, and this second set has gone by really fast. The Red Devils are nearly in that 20-point mark. Not going to say anything yet, because I don't want to jinx it, but they're getting close to.
If there's one thing that I've learned getting into the announcing aspect and business of things, it's that the announcer jinx can be real sometimes, unfortunately.
Yeah, you and I have both seen that come into play. That's why I do my best to just avoid saying things before they actually happen. Sometimes I get caught off guard.
You just got to let it happen sometimes.
Yeah. There's a term for it for a reason, but for now, Red Devils have that comfortable lead. And it's Klusner to serve. Red Devils up by 5. And another service error against the Red Devils. Titans looking for that late rally here in set number 2. We saw it make an appearance in that first set, but the Red Devils didn't let that bother them too much, as they ended up tying up the score, coming back. Good serve by Gilly. Red Devils a nice foundation, and Dyson not able to knock it over. Another good block by that front row from Illinois Wesleyan.
Yeah, really good block by Dylan Brannigan, freshman from Mokina, Illinois.
So Gilly will continue to serve. Nice floater, barely getting over after some contact with the net, and that one will fall for Eureka as Hernandez makes his name appear once more in the scoring column. Eureka 5 points away from winning these first 2 sets, and it's Ortiz at the line. Good serve off the hands of Sunley, and out of bounds. Eureka, another point.
And a timeout taken by the Titans, a much needed one, as Eureka is starting to take great control of this set so far.
Yeah, the Titans continue to look for that rally, but Eureka looks to close this set out. We're going to take a break. Stay tuned. You're watching ECTV live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated. and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Randy Bagoli in Peoria today.
State Farm helps make renters insurance simple. Our agents are dedicated to understanding your needs to help you choose the right coverage.
Call State Farm agent Randy Bagoli in Peoria today.
Right now, Eureka as a team hitting .098%. They are looking to close out the second set. They're up by a good, comfortable amount. Welcome into the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. You're watching ECTV. Matthew Swan, my broadcast partner, Drew Donnell on the call. And as we get ready for the continuation of the second set, potentially the conclusion of the second set, the Titans, they're still looking for that late rally.
Yeah, they really haven't been able to, have been struggling to claw their way back into this match. They had a bit of a run where they got back into it, but never regained the lead after the beginning of the set.
Good job by Killens to keep that one in the air. And there's a nice hit by Hernandez with the kill. Ignacio Hernandez for these Red Devils. That is his 4th kill of the night. And with the way he's been involved, you'd think he'd have a lot more, but he's been contributing in other ways as well. That will be a point for the Titans as Johnson not able to get his hand on it. 22-17, Eureka on top as they are now 3 points away from gaining a 2-0 set lead. But for now, it's Barrington to serve. Hernandez is there. Killens able to hit it over with his back facing the Titans. There's a slap to the basketball. Right hand, Killens from the ground able to keep it up. Hernandez, floater, no good. Ortiz calls it off over the middle. Palacio with the right hand and the finish. Another kill for Javier Palacio. That is his 5th of the night.
So it'll be Ignacio Hernandez, a freshman from Venezuela, to serve this off.
Fans stay quiet. That serve a bit too strong for Eureka's liking. That gives the Titans another opportunity here to grab control of the set. Lane Sunley at the line. With that high lob to himself. Palacio again and off the face of Gilly. Oh yeah. That's what we like to see.
We were just talking about his presence and the energy and the positivity and the hype that he brings to this young squad. Jake Potter with a monstrous and vicious kill.
Potter looks to close it out for Eureka. The leadership experience coming into this ball game. Left hand, Potter not able to dig it out. You know, for Eureka though, this is a much more preferred position to be in than the first set.
Yeah, it was kind of a nail biter. Really didn't know if they could hold on, but from what we have seen so far, I think that they'll have no problem with it as Eureka's able to take matters into their own hands and win the first 2 sets, this one being 25-19.
Yeah, so Eureka with a 2-0 set lead. They'll look to close it out in 3 straight sets. They'll go for the sweep when we return. The Titans backs against the wall, but we'll send it to break. Stay tuned. You're watching ECTV live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Are you ready to grow, to build, to thrive? Take the next steps with confidence at Heartland Bank and Trust Company. We go beyond just offering banking. We work with you to understand your needs. Whether you're saving, borrowing, protecting, or growing, we offer financial solutions for both personal and business needs. At Heartland Bank, we believe every life has a story, and yours includes building a secure future. Let's write that story together. Visit Heartland Bank today at hbtbank.com. Member FDIC.
Welcome to Metamora Kirby Foods. Metamora Kirby Foods is 100% employee-owned and operated. Explore our full deli, meat department, and wide selection of grocery items, including Kirby Foods' signature brand. And you can save even more with the Kirby Foods Rewards app. Metamora Kirby Foods prides itself on being a valued part of the community. Shop hometown proud at Metamora Kirby Foods.
Did you know toner powder is actually powdered plastic, and Americans consume 100 million pounds of it each year? Epson Workforce Enterprise AM series printers are powered by simple, smart, and clean precision core technology, doing away with waste-making laser printer designs and parts that end up in landfills, so you can experience less wasting, more saving. Your Epson Business First partner is City Blue Technologies in Peoria, Eureka College's official partner for sustainable printing.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
Passion's love. Passion is love for what you do. Because I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had. And you can do the best of both worlds and love all of it.
The Eureka Red Devils look to sweep the Illinois Wesleyan Titans as we get ready for set number 3. Eureka with that 2-0 set lead, and the Titans with their backs against the wall. Drew, Eureka, the chemistry has been building and building, but for the Titans, not so much. What do you think Illinois Wesleyan will have to do to grab at least one set tonight?
They're going to have to find a way to contain Ignacio Hernandez some way and somehow. He has been their kryptonite so far, and really everybody has, but Ignacio Hernandez, whenever he's at the line serving, it is just so powerful. It's almost like, you know, those little foam Nerf balls, that kind of, the footballs that whistle. I mean, that's just what I think of when I see him serve it. It's just got so much force and velocity behind it.
Yeah, the Red Devils feel very confident right now in their ability to pull this one off. And just as another reference, if you go on the Eureka Red Devils schedule for men's volleyball, of course, this game is on their schedule, but for the Illinois Wesleyan Titans, they do not have Eureka listed on their schedule, which in most cases means for the Titans, they are considering this to be an exhibition game, meaning it will not count towards their schedule. But maybe, I feel like maybe they weren't taking Eureka as serious as they should have. It'll be the Titans to start things off. Rollinson to serve. Over to the left side. Rutsky with the kill in the celebration. And Eureka, for the second set in a row, gets on top for the first time. Freeman to serve. Nice floater over to his left. Right hand tipped. Kept up in the air. And that one will be tipped by a Eureka player. It'll go in favor of the Titans. So now it's Bram Eggen at the line of service. Good right hand, dug out into the net. Nice save. Right hand slam, no good. Over to the left side. There's Killens able to keep this one up in play. Great job by Eureka. Movement all over the floor, and I believe Lutsky might have made contact with the net. That'll be a point for Illinois Wesleyan. Back to work, and a service error for the Titans.
That's been a struggle for the Titans, as whenever they get the ball back. They're just not able to capitalize on it. They're not able to do anything with, the errors that the Red Devils are giving them.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point because they're making the stops, but like you said, they're just not executing offensively right now. And of course, that's what you need to win a ball game. You have to play both sides of the floor. And that'll be a point. Oh, the refs with some discussion or some disagreement at first, but it will be a point for the Red Devils. They're up 3-2 in set number 3.
And it'll be Maddox Klusner to serve.
Klusner, another line drive. Right hand kept up, tipped. Great job by the Red Devils. Great ball movement, and that right hand from Paris, no good. Claude Paris, who is starting to get some time on the floor. Freshman. Listed as an outside hitter. Hernandez, floater, and he gets it to drop as Hernandez picks up kill number 5.
And that's the second time so far that we've seen him do that. He goes up, faking that he's going to absolutely lay the hammer down and just lays a little floater over the net.
Yeah, you and I, Drew, we broadcast a lot of basketball games, and we were talking about the lines around the volleyball court and really just understanding it looks small on camera, it looks small in person, but at the end of the day, there really is a lot of space on the floor, and it just happens to be so, if you do have a guy that looks for a slam and tries to get a kill, he can do just that. But at the same time, if they want to switch, go up for that floater, they can do that as well. But it really throws off the opposing team, throws them off their game plan. And that's why my point is there's a lot of space on that floor. And it's really tricky.
I give these guys a lot of credit because it is so easy to miss, and they have to be precise with each hit, each spike. And I kind of compared it to football a little bit, where you go on that football field and 10 yards looks like it's nothing. It looks like it's a piece of cake, and you give credit to the guys that are able to, on average, rush for 6 yards. And I just give this Red Devil squad a lot of credit for how precise their hits have been so far.
So Red Devils and Titans tied at 5 in set number 3. Hernandez again looking to put Eureka back on top. There's that line drive, and off the hands of a Titans player. That was Angel Mendez, not able to keep it alive.
Once again, Hernandez causing havoc when he is setting. The Titans just haven't really figured him out yet.
Yeah, honestly, if you are the opponent...
And another error by the Titans.
If you are the opponent of Eureka, you don't want to have to go against Ignacio Hernandez. Again, this is just our first time watching Eureka perform live. But from the 2 full sets that we've seen in the beginning of set number 3, Hernandez just looks to be the heart and the core of this Red Devils roster.
That he cannot miss right now.
A lot of space between several Eureka players. That'll fall. And the kill for Illinois Wesleyan.
And it'll be interesting to see how the Titans respond as so far in this, especially towards the end of the second set and kind of the beginning of this third set here. They just have looked completely lost in trying to figure out what game plan they can try to go after to regain control.
Hernandez on the dive, not able to keep it up. But man, Ortiz with that big dig in that sequence of plays, really keeping that alive for Eureka, giving them other opportunities in that drive. There's Killens, the libero. Outside Johnson, right hand, and the front row block from both Spalding and Egan for the Titans. Red Devils here in set number 3, up by a single point. Good serve by Paris. And that will go in favor of the Titans, tied up at 8. Drew, again, I think, putting into perspective the success Eureka's had in this ball game, what kind of impact does it do for this team if they win this ball game?
I think it gives them a great big deal of confidence going forward, and I also think, the fact, like you said before, I think Illinois Wesleyan, just kind of the way that they're playing right now, it kind of seems like they're taking the Red Devils a little lightly, and that could, be because that, men's volleyball for Eureka is a new sport, and maybe they thought they would be understaffed, and I think taking down not an easy opponent in Illinois Wesleyan for the Red Devils, if they get a sweep here, it would be interesting to see how they'll carry that momentum going forward in their season.
Johnson with the kill, and that is a very much needed point for the Red Devils.
And a much needed kill for Johnson. He has made a couple of good plays so far tonight, but has been a little bit quiet, and that'll definitely get the Red Devils going, as they're still only down by 1.
Yeah, Johnson 7 points on 7 kills tonight. Good serve kept up by Egan. There's a right hand. A lot of quiet footwork on the floor right now. There's Hernandez. Over the middle, and that's just a little too strong for Eureka. Titans up 11-9. Again, this is similar to the first set where Illinois Wesleyan, they had the lead for the majority. Eureka came back, but you never want that to happen. You don't want your back against the wall against a team that is known for coming back late in a set.
Yes, we see Javier Palacio coming in for Ignacio Hernandez.
And there's the slam and the kill from Zamian Freeman. And he says, I want a piece of the action as well. That's his first kill of the night.
Yeah, that's a big-time play from Freeman, has made an error 2 plays ago, and that is a huge confidence booster for Freeman as he gets ready to serve.
Yeah, Freeman doesn't look like the biggest guy on the floor. Stands at 5'10", but don't let that take away from the amount of power and strength he can show. Red Devils down by 2 points. Egan with the serve and out of bounds. Red Devils have an opportunity to take advantage of the error. Maddox Klusner now at the line. Getting set, nice float. There's the serve. Looked like some miscommunication from the Titans there. Good set over the middle and the kill from Claude Paris. The freshman outside hitter. And the Red Devils do end up tying this set back up at 12 points. Again, Klusner back to work, and this time not so fortunate. We talk about the ball control between each side, and really there haven't been a lot of service errors compared to past volleyball broadcasts or matchups that we've seen. And it's not really expected, too, because going back to this being Eureka's first time having a men's volleyball team in program history, you don't expect them to be this successful. I mean, I don't want to count them out, but they've really, I feel like, proven a lot of people wrong with the way they've been playing. Red Devils still down by 2. There's another serve. Paris. Palacio from the left side. No good. Not able to get that one to fall. Wutzke and into the net. Just not able to get it over. And Eureka.
This is where Noah Ray needs to stop the bleeding and call a timeout.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. Eureka forced to take a timeout after struggling just a tad. They're down by 3. Stay tuned. We'll be back for the remaining gameplay of set number 3 right here on ECTV live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Discover your perfect getaway in beautiful Prescott, Arizona. Your home away from home at Prescott Canyon Estates, a 55-plus community with beautiful panoramic views of Bradshaw, Thumb Butte, and Granite Mountains. Potter Rentals has properties available for monthly rental, all-inclusive and fully furnished, with all clubhouse amenities. Get more information today and make Prescott your home away from home at potterrentals.com.
Florida.
We are back here in set number 3 as the Red Devils starting to lose some of that momentum. Illinois Wesleyan staying on the attack. We welcome you into the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. Matthew Swan, Drew Donnell on the call as we get ready for the continuation of this third set. It'll be Alex Alberstedt to serve. Perfect set for Wutzke, and he's blocked at the net. Goes back to Dyson, and this time picks up the kill. Dyson Wutzke once again getting in on the action. He is now up to 7 kills in this ball game. That puts him in the lead, actually tied for the lead in team kills in this ball game alone. Ortiz too strong of a serve. Red Devils starting to pick up that pattern that we were seeing from the Titans early on. They're able to get a point and then they can't execute. Floater of a serve kept up by Killens. Ortiz outside. Johnson is blocked, and another point for Illinois Wesleyan. As we take a look at Eureka's schedule, they get ready to host St. Thomas up next. That'll be on Wednesday, January 28th. As expected, that will be broadcasted right here on ECTV as well. It's an 8 o'clock game. A bit of a later start than we're used to, but it'll make it that much more exciting. Illinois Wesleyan ready to serve. Ryan Gilly at the line. Good right hand. Killens on the dive. Ortiz calling it off. Johnson off the deflection, and the kill for Mason Johnson. Does this spark that level of interest right now for the Red Devils to make a comeback?
I definitely think it does, especially with Palacio about to serve here.
There's that announcer's jinx that we were talking about.
Jinx indeed.
It's okay. Red Devils still very much in set number 3. We've seen him come back in that first set. Arviza to serve. Palacio keeps it up. Ortiz and Johnson wanted to go up for the hammer, but misjudged his timing. And the Red Devils pick up a point after Illinois Wesleyan gets called with contact with the net.
And this is where the Titans struggled, and this is where the Red Devils need to capitalize, is making the Titans pay for their mistakes.
Over the middle, kept up by Mendez. Good job by Palacio to keep this one alive. Left side, and Palacio, nice positioning, just not able to deflect the ball in the direction he wants it to go. That's a tricky thing about these Titans, right? They have this power. It's their secret weapon. Obviously, we've seen them display it early on, but not too often, not as much as we expected. And now Eureka has to prepare another fight from behind. Killens keeps it in play. Ortiz, great communication. Johnson again, and he gets a little lucky there as the Titans knock that one out of bounds. Johnson hasn't really been able to find too much room from that right side. But again, the Red Devils able to sneak out of that obstacle. And now it'll be Kanekua to serve. Left side, left hand, and another point for the Titans. That is so tricky to me as number 25, Mark Meshi for the Titans. It's tricky. It throws me off the plan. I don't know about the Red Devils, but they're so used to trying to defend against a lot of right-handed players, but Meshi using that left hand, switching things up a little bit. There's a service error against the Titans. And now it's Freeman back at the line. Freeman with 1 kill in this ball game. Good block from the front row. Palacio and Klusner. There's that team chemistry coming to display, and that once again forces the Titans into a timeout. Red Devils only down by 1. They're coming back in set number 3, and we will come back as well after this break. Stay tuned. You're watching ECTV live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Randy Bagoli in Peoria today.
State Farm helps make renters insurance simple. Our agents are dedicated to understanding your needs to help you choose the right coverage.
Call State Farm agent Randy Bagoli in Peoria today.
The Red Devils cut down the point deficit. They only trail by 1. Welcome into the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. Matthew Swan, Drew Donnell on the call. As always, you're watching ECTV. Drew, Eureka has been known to come back from behind, and all of a sudden they're making a statement here. It'll be Eureka volleyball as Freeman continues to serve. There's that high lob and a strong hit off the hands of Will Arviza. That ties it up at 20. And here we go.
This is where it'll get really interesting. This is probably going to be one of the most crucial serves of the match here.
Another line drive, this time kept up by Egan. Right side, good block, but out of bounds. Let's wait for the call, and it is a Titans point. Palacio thought he might have had one there. Titans 21, Eureka 20 here in set number 3. Red Devils lead it 2-0, looking to sweep Illinois Wesleyan. Bram Egan at the service line. There's that lob, there's that swing, there's Killens. Perfectly set, and the kill.
Big time kill by Maddox Klusner.
That's what we want to see from Eureka, and they are delivering a masterpiece right now. It's getting a little rowdy, as the kids say. Red Devils to serve. That one in the opposite direction. And I'm not so sure if that was a good idea, as I don't know, maybe I thought the Titans could have kept that one alive, but the bench getting in on the action.
If there's something I'll always appreciate about the duo of us, it's how much of cornballs we are.
Oh yeah, 100%. Outside floater and some tricky footwork from Klusner, not able to catch up to that one. Tied up at 22. Halberstadt to serve for the Titans. There is Paris. Wutzke not able to get down the slam. Killens keeps it up. Palacio left side and too strong, but there was contact. So it's a Eureka point, and Illinois Wesleyan is not going to like that. Red Devils on top.
Yeah, interesting call. I don't really think I saw much movement or contact made with the net, but you take them any way you can get them.
Ortiz with the serve. Eureka needs 2 more to complete the sweep, and there's a kill from Illinois Wesleyan. That ties it back up at 23. This is where it gets tricky. Either side will need 2 straight points to win. And if that doesn't happen, we'll have to go past that 25-point mark. Titans with control of the volleyball. Ryan Gilly getting ready to serve. Short floater, nice serve. Ortiz in front of the net. Johnson, and this time there's no contact from the Titans side. They're back up by 1. 1 point away from winning set number 3. Eureka having to step up defensively. There's Gilly with the serve. Killens. Ortiz outside. Johnson floater. Kept up. Good spacing. Left hand. That one hit in the opposite direction, and Killens not able to catch up. So the Titans do come back and win set number 3. That's their first successful set of the night. Eureka still leads it 2-1, but we'll head into set number 4. That'll be coming up shortly. Stay tuned. You're watching ECTV live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Are you ready to grow, to build, to thrive? Take the next steps with confidence at Heartland Bank and Trust Company. We go beyond just offering banking. We work with you to understand your needs. Whether you're saving, borrowing, protecting, or growing, we offer financial solutions for both personal and business needs. At Heartland Bank, we believe every life has a story, and yours includes building a secure future. Let's write that story together. Visit Heartland Bank today at hbtbank.com. Member FDIC.
Welcome to Metamora Kirby Foods. Metamora Kirby Foods is 100% employee-owned and operated. Explore our full deli, meat department, and wide selection of grocery items, including Kirby Foods' signature brand. And you can save even more with the Kirby Foods Rewards app. Metamora Kirby Foods prides itself on being a valued part of the community. Shop hometown proud at Metamora Kirby Foods.
Did you know toner powder is actually powdered plastic, and Americans consume 100 million pounds of it each year? Epson Workforce Enterprise AM series printers are powered by simple, smart, and clean precision core technology, doing away with waste-making laser printer designs and parts that end up in landfills, so you can experience less wasting, more saving. Your Epson Business First partner is City Blue Technologies in Peoria, Eureka College's official partner for sustainable printing.
The airwaves just got a refresh, and you need to spin your dial to 103.1 to find out. EC 103.1 is your latest and freshest option at your disposal, with the latest alternative rock hits, new personalities, and live sporting events at Eureka College. With an award-winning pedigree, EC 103.1 will quickly be the only thing you want to hear on your radio. Now on the FM airwaves and streaming globally on iHeartRadio. EC 103.1, your rock alternative.
Both teams prepare for set number 4 as the Titans finally able to find that spark and win their first set of the night. Welcome into the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. You are watching ECTV. Matthew Swan, my broadcast partner, Drew Donnell on the call. Drew, it was a close one in set number 3, but unlike the first set, Eureka not able to come through.
Yeah, although they weren't able to close it out at the end, you still have to appreciate the energy and the fight that they were bringing at the end. There was a lot of times in this match where you just thought the Titans would run away with the set, and Eureka was able to fight back.
That's exactly right. There hasn't been a game this series for Eureka where they've lost more than one set.
And neither team has really had a substantial lead either.
That's true. We've seen a lot of back and forth and a very minimal gap between each side's point deficit. So statistically speaking, Eureka does have better odds, as they've never lost more than a single set in a game this season. But things can always change. For now, it's Kavehi Kaneakua to serve. There's the right hand. Spread out and picking up the kill for the Titans. Wilson Spalding. Spalding, the sophomore out of Tucson, Arizona. Back to work, Eureka trying to just get that first point on the board here in set number 4, and that one out of bounds. There it is, Red Devils tie it up very early on. We've talked so much about the chemistry and the energy from Eureka's side. We haven't seen too much of it from Illinois Wesleyan. And understandably so, as they've been held to a very limited amount of production. Right hand, good block by Eureka, and they get back on top by a point. Drew, how much have you liked that front row from the Red Devils?
I have loved the front row so far for the Red Devils. Dyson Wutzke has caused a lot of problems up front for the Titans, along with Mason Johnson, who started to heat up a little bit at the end of last set.
Left side off the deflection, Killens, nice dig. Over the middle, right hand floater, kept in play by Overstreet. Two hands, Killens is there. Good set, and not able to connect is Klusner. He mistimed it. You know, one of the things I love, and we haven't paid too much attention to it, we've mentioned Noah down there, but just look how calm he is, and look how confident he is in his team's ability to still pull this off.
Yeah, and I think that's such a huge thing if you're a player, is seeing how calm and collected Noah is, considering that, you know, if you're a player down there, you don't want to see your coach showing, you know, a lot of emotion. That can kind of get in your head sometimes and cause a lot, you know, you can kind of spiral a little bit. So the fact that, you know, they know and he knows that they have all the confidence in the world in every set that they go into, it makes all the difference.
That's right, and it's really hard to get any other emotion out of him than happiness, because he just seems like a happy guy. He seems like he brings a lot of positive energy to this team, and it shows on the floor. So both teams 3 points here in set number 4. It is going to be served by Gilly. Red Devils looking to attack. No good. Johnson, two hands over the net. Left side, and there's that left hand again from Meshi. Johnson looking to avenge himself. Good spacing by Eureka. The rotation fitting in, and that one out of bounds. Good job by Wutzke. A nice hit, and then off the deflection of a Titans player. They're just trying to, right now, inform each other of how to better receive those hard hits. Speaking of the San Diego native, here he goes. Right hand over the middle. Killens, nice dig. Outside Johnson again. This time goes up for the floater. In trouble, and that will be one too many hits, and doesn't matter, it goes out of bounds. So again, the Red Devils gain their 5th point of set number 4. Wutzke back to work. There's a hard slam, and he picks up the kill. Dyson Wutzke. Don't let him get hot. He's at 9 kills in this game. Takes a breath, goes up for the serve. Man, that is just an automatic laser into the net off the hands of Bram Eggen. Red Devils now up by 4. One of the things I love about this sport is just the calmness of it all. And I know we briefly talked about it already, but just the ability to show off your skills, have a moment to collect yourself, and get back to work right away. And that's what Eureka's doing right now. There, Wutzke with the service error. So for the Titans, maybe this is their opportunity to gain some momentum back and chip away.
Yes, we know what they're capable of in terms of always having that mindset that, you know, no lead for the Red Devils is safe.
Yeah, and I feel like you have to play like that almost every single game, right? You can't get too confident, because we've seen it with our own eyes. Teams get a little too cocky. Next thing you know, they end up losing the game. It's always a very important factor when it comes to being an athlete, a very important trait to have is that humbleness of it all. Left hand, no good, and the Red Devils finally catch on to the freshman, Mark Meshi. It's taken 4 sets, but all of a sudden, they're starting to figure him out. Mason Johnson to serve. There's that laser. Somehow the Titans keep it alive. Good dig by Johnson. Palacio in response, no good, and it goes out of bounds as Overstreet tried to jump over the chair, and that could have gone bad. Got a little lucky there, but again, the Red Devils gain another point. They're up by 4.
Yeah, it'll be Mason Johnson to serve.
Kept up by Overstreet. Good set, Arviza, and there is absolutely nobody in that back corner for Eureka. The Titans pick up point number 6. Stepping to the line is Lane Sunley. And you know, the more we watch these two teams compete, they really are similar at the end of the day. They both bring the same level of competitiveness. And really, they're matching each other's energy right now. We came into this game not knowing a ton about either side, having yet to see them perform in person. But really, they're both just, at the end of the day, it's just playing a game of volleyball and seeing, as cliche as it sounds, seeing who comes up with the win, seeing who has the better formations, the better rotating players, and whatnot. There's a good serve from Freeman, and it goes right past him, almost like a line of fire, not able to catch up to it. Red Devils 10, Titans 7. We're in set number 4. Eureka holds a 2-1 set lead over Illinois Wesleyan.
That'll be Daniel Overstreet to serve.
Overstreet with that very soft touch on the volleyball. There's a hard hit and a kill for Eureka. Give them point number 11.
One thing that I've liked so far this set is in the last couple of possessions, whenever the Titans have gotten possession back, Eureka's made sure that the Titans don't go on a big streak and run the score up.
As there, Kanea Kua not able to keep that one alive. The Titans do gain that point. Drew, I saw you shake your head a little bit. Titans gain some control. Looking to serve again. Hernandez is there. Kanea Kua. There's a nice right hand touch. Just as simple as that. Don't overcomplicate things. That's what Maddox Klusner tells his team. And the Red Devils up by 4.
And the man of the hour to serve, as it seems so far this evening, Ignacio Hernandez.
Yeah, he's really had a big impact on this game. 9 kills, hitting about 14% in this ball game, able to keep it alive, but Wutzke not able to hit it over, and you can't blame him. That's a difficult shot, or hit, I should say. 3-point lead for Eureka in set number 4, and to the service line for the Titans, it's Wilson Spalding. There's Johnson. Kanea Kua. Hernandez. Some misjudgment on the connection. Another point for the Titans. And all laughs between the Eureka fans and Spalding right now as Spalding gets ready to serve. Killens is there. Kanea Kua and the kill from Maddox Klusner.
The two big names in the front court so far have been Klusner and Wutzke.
Klusner gets back to work immediately after the kill. Some misjudgment there, and Hernandez, ball's still alive. Great job by the Red Devils to keep it in play. And they're coming up with the big kill. Stan Peck, the freshman out of Elmhurst, Illinois. Cuts it down to 2 for Illinois Wesleyan. Ball still in possession here. Now it'll be Ryan Gilly at the line of service. It's a dangerous spot to be if you're the away team coming into Eureka, Illinois. Again, right in front of the Eureka fans, and the Red Devils fans might be having some type of impact in terms of the result of this ball game. We know how much they like to chip at the opposing team, and they've done such a great job at coming out and supporting. Right side, front row blocked, and again the Red Devils coming up clutch in a very much needed spot. Again, they have control here. They just need to execute, work out their plan. And there, Watzke a bit too strong on the contact.
So once again for the Titans, it's Dylan Brannigan to serve.
Brannigan for Illinois Wesleyan, still looking for that first kill of the night. And when you produce plays like that, it's going to take a little bit. So another service error for the Titans, and that will be their 12th service error of the night. Killens, back set. Hernandez is there, and Hernandez picks up the kill. Red Devils doing such a great job at positioning themselves, and that's really had an effect on their ability to score. And speaking of scoring, Illinois Wesleyan not doing a lot of it right now. That'll force them into a timeout. Stay tuned. We'll be back. You're watching ECTV live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth.
Discover your perfect getaway in beautiful Prescott, Arizona. Your home away from home at Prescott Canyon Estates, a 55-plus community with beautiful panoramic views of Bradshaw, Thumb Butte, and Granite Mountains. Potter Rentals has properties available for monthly rental, all-inclusive and fully furnished, with all clubhouse amenities. Get more information today and make Prescott your home away from home at potterrentals.com.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Randy Bagoli in Peoria today.
Illinois Wesleyan trails by 5. Eureka trying to close this one out, come up with the W. Welcome into the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. You're watching ECTV. Matthew Swan, my broadcast partner, Drew Donnell, on the call. Drew, Eureka not that far away from winning this 4th set. What are they going to have to do to stay ahead?
I'd say just that.
That's a good point. Keep it simple, right? That's the name of the game. Don't overcomplicate anything. And Eureka is doing a really great job at sticking to the fundamentals. Here's Johnson on the serve. Good dig by Brannigan. Kanukua with the nice set. And Eureka gains point number 19.
Once again, Mason Johnson to serve.
He's done a really great job from that spot on the floor tonight. Here's that left hand again. And Meshi starting to find some lack of awareness on the floor. The Red Devils have had a tough time going up against Meshi tonight, but they made a clean stop earlier. But they haven't seen him in a little bit. And maybe he's starting to throw them off their guard. But Eureka still in complete control. Low serve. Nice dig by Hernandez. And another kill picked up. Give that one to Claude Paris. Paris in his freshman season, like many other Red Devils members, 14 out of their 17 players are freshmen. I don't think we've seen a number like that since last season with women's volleyball, when a lot of their varsity starters were freshmen as well. That one into the net from Freeman, and he'll turn things over here. Red Devils 5 points away from obtaining set number 4. So at the line, it'll be Owen Rowlandson. Nice soft serve. Kane Akua. And there's Palacio, not able to get that one to drop off the net. Good patience by the Titans. Killens, Kane Akua, and a kill from who else but Klusner, who just continues to leave a mark on this ball game. His 6th kill of the night, and his hitting percentage continues to spike up. Kane Akua now at the line. Good serve, low dig from the Titans. In trouble, and that is going to be a Eureka point.
Yeah, you can just start to really tell the fatigue and the mental game just start to slowly dim away for the Titans.
Yeah, almost like the life is being drained out of them. They have just not had that moment of success in this 4th set. There's that right hand, Kane Akua. Nice save. Left side, big hit, no good from Eureka. As Hernandez couldn't get that one to drop. Killens again. Red Devils spacing themselves out here. Titans doing a great job at keeping it alive. Right side, Wutzke picks up the kill. Dyson Wutzke gives Eureka their 23rd point, and they are now just 2 away from winning this ball game.
It seems like if it's not going to be Ignacio Hernandez, it's most likely going to be Dyson Wutzke.
Yeah, we mentioned in the pregame, or excuse me, in that first set, that he was waiting to show that true potential, and since then, he has just began to really make an appearance. Red Devils 1 point away from winning this ball game.
I think with the sideline celebrations, I don't think they'll have a problem with walking away with this last point.
Yeah, they seem pretty confident in their own ability, just as Noah Ray is confident in his team. Good dig, still in play. Wutzke is not going to jump over the table, and that's the smarter decision. Can't risk an injury this early in the season. 24-15, and to serve, it'll be Will Ariza. Johnson with the dig. Kane Akua. Red Devils trying to get this one to drop. Floated over. Killens is there. Kane Akua outside. Wutzke looking to close it out, and he does just that off of the contact, and Eureka wins set number 4 by 10, 25-15. They win this ball game 3-1. Just again, talking about the statistics, the Red Devils have never lost more than a single set in any game this season. Drew, there were a lot of star players from Eureka, as we mentioned. What have you liked? Who stood out to you?
I think for me it was definitely Ignacio Hernandez. Just the violence and the presence that he brought, not being the biggest guy on the team by any means, and he knows that. But he did not let that phase him at all, and I love the energy that he and all of the squad brought today.
Yeah, the confidence coming into this game for Eureka was immaculate. They were happy coming in. They are happy coming out. As you can see them celebrating a well-deserved celebration as Eureka moves to 6-0.
And a backflip from Damian Freeman, as we've already seen the worm and now a backflip.
Yeah, they are a very interesting group. They're fun. A lot of young guys on the team, and that's what you like to see. But that's all we have for you tonight. Our next broadcast of Eureka College Volleyball will be on Wednesday, January 28th, when Eureka hosts St. Thomas from Florida. You can watch that broadcast right here on ECTV. Coverage will begin at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth, Eureka College Volleyball is made possible by City Blue Technologies, a leading Epson dealer serving Central Illinois. Potter Rentals of Gilman, Illinois, owned and operated by Ernie and Barb Potter, both Eureka College class of 1965. Heartland Bank and Trust, Randy Begole, your State Farm agent in Peoria, Eureka College class of 1994, and by Kirby Foods in Metamora. On behalf of my broadcast partner, Drew Donnell, this is Matthew Swan. Thank you for watching.